Okay, so everyone's talking about AI these days and how it's going to change, well, everything. But what about software development? We're taking a deep dive today into how AI is about to supercharge Agile.
Yeah, it's a pretty hot topic right now.
Agile was a game changer, but, let's be honest, it's not without its challenges.
Oh, for sure.
Sprints get crazy, backlogs are a never-ending story. And keeping documentation updated, forget about it.
It's definitely a struggle.
But what if AI could swoop in and make all that a thing of the past?
Okay, now we're talking.
We're talking Genai, AI agents. Not just helping out, but actually managing agile processes, like really running the show.
It's a pretty mind-blowing concept.
We've got 5 key areas where this is about to get really interesting.
I'm ready. Let's hear it.
And luckily, we've got an expert here who's been, deep in the trenches with all this. What's the most fascinating thing about this whole AI and agile thing?
I think the coolest part is how AI is shifting from being just a tool to becoming a real collaborator, almost like, another member of your Agile team.
Right. It's going to be making decisions and driving the process in ways we haven't seen before.
So, okay, first up, let's talk about that beast we call backlog management.
Uh-oh.
Tell me you haven't had a sprint where figuring out what to prioritize felt like you're solving a puzzle, but with half the pieces missing.
Oh, yeah. It's definitely a universal pain point.
Oh, it could.
Traditionally, product owners are, they're juggling customer feedback, market trends, business goals. It's a lot of information to process.
And let's be real, a lot of it is just gut feeling.
Yeah, a lot of intuition goes into those decisions.
Okay, but imagine this. Genai comes in.
All right.
It's analyzing all this data, your past sprints, customer reviews, market trends, everything.
Wow.
And then it tells you, hey, based on all this, these are the items that are going to have the biggest impact right now.
That would be pretty amazing.
Not just a list, but it's giving you those clear acceptance criteria so everyone knows what done looks like.
Oh, that kind of clarity would be huge.
Yeah.
Huge. Streamline everything. But hold on, because it gets even cooler.
Even cooler.
We go from Gen AI to AI agents.
Yeah?
And these agents, they're like, mini project managers.
Yeah.
Constantly tweaking and refining that backlog in real time.
I like it.
Team capacity shifts. No problem. The backlog adapts. Business goals change. It reprioritizes on the fly.
So it's constantly making sure your team is focused on the highest value tasks.
Maximum impact with every sprint. That's huge.
Yeah.
Okay, next pain point. Sprint planning.
Here we go.
We've all been in those meetings where you're trying to predict how long things will take.
Yeah.
And sometimes, let's be honest, it feels like we're just pulling numbers out of a hat.
It can be a bit of a guessing game.
Right. So right now, estimations are based on team discussions, maybe looking at past sprints if you're lucky.
Right.
But it's subjective, prone to human error.
Exactly.
But now picture this. Gen AI analyzes all that historical data from past sprints.
Okay.
And boom, suddenly you've got data-driven predictions for effort and team capacity. No more guesswork. It's all backed by hard numbers.
That makes a lot of sense.
Data-driven estimates means realistic sprint goals, smoother workflows, less stress for everyone involved.
Yeah. Much less stress.
But then AI agents come in and they take it up another notch.
Yeah.
They're monitoring sprint progress, shifting tasks around as needed, making sure everyone's workload is optimized, in real time.
Like having an agile autopilot.
It's like an agile autopilot that keeps everything on track.
Keeping everything running smoothly.
And that's what makes it truly adaptive. Imagine your sprints actually adjusting to unexpected changes, roadblocks, anything that comes up. AI makes those course corrections on the fly.
So we're talking about agile that actually adapts to the real world.
Okay, let's get to the heart of it all. The code.
The fun part.
We all know writing code, testing it, debugging it, all that. It's time consuming.
Very time consuming.
And it's very manual, which is why this is prime territory for AI to, shake things up.
I'm ready for the shakeup.
So picture this. You're coding, and Gen AI is right there with you, suggesting the most efficient lines of code, automatically generating test cases, even flagging potential bugs before they, become a major headache.
That would save so much time and hassle.
Right. And that early bug detection, that's gold.
Pure gold.
But wait, because we're going beyond those helpful suggestors.
Beyond suggestion.
We're talking AI agents that can actually write, test, and deploy entire features on their own.
Wow. Hold on.
I know, it's a lot.
That's a lot to take in.
So this frees up human developers to focus on, the big picture stuff, architecture, strategy, innovation.
The things that AI just can't do.
Exactly. It's not about replacing people.
No, it's about augmenting their abilities.
It's about letting them focus on the things that AI can't do.
Making the most of everyone's strengths.
And the result, faster development cycles, fewer errors, projects moving at warp speed.
It's a win-win for everyone.
It is a win-win.
Yeah, it really frees up those human developers to do what they do best.
Exactly. But, we're talking about faster development, fewer errors. Sounds like everyone's happy.
Right.
But there's another piece of this whole puzzle that I feel like often gets, neglected. Documentation.
Oh, yes.
It's essential, but keeping it updated, honestly, it's a pain.
It's like the Achilles heel of so many Agile teams.
Clearly.
Sprints move so fast, and documentation it falls behind.
It's always the last thing you want to do. So Genai to the rescue, all right?
Hopefully.
Imagine this. Release notes, API documentation, sprint summaries, all generated automatically based on real-time project updates.
Yeah.
It's like magic,
Yeah.
Never have to manually update a document again.
That would be a dream come true.
It would.
Having up-to-date documentation is so crucial for communication.
Oh, for sure.
It avoids so many of those, frustrating misunderstandings that they derail a project.
We really do. But wait, there's more. We're not done yet.
More. Okay, hit me.
AI agents. And they're creating a self-updating knowledge base for the whole project. They're linking changes, generating those technical guides, making sure everybody, all the time, has the latest information.
It's like having a living, breathing library.
It is.
Of knowledge that just evolves with the project.
It's crazy. No more digging through outdated wikis, trying to decipher cryptic notes from months ago. It's a dream.
Right. Knowledge sharing, collaboration, it would just skyrocket.
It would. Okay, let's shift gears a little bit and talk about, the human side of Agile collaboration.
Business side, okay.
Think about those endless meetings. Action items vanish into thin air.
Oh, yeah.
And your Agile board looks like a Jackson Pollock painting. We've all been there, right?
It's a project manager's nightmare.
It is. And all that manual tracking, updating tasks, it's just so inefficient.
So inefficient.
But Gen AI comes in to save the day, right? Imagine this, an AI that's capturing the key points from the meeting, creating those action items, even updating the Agile board in real time.
So the Scrum Master can actually focus on, the important stuff.
Right.
Facilitating team dynamics, removing roadblocks.
Instead of being bogged down with all those administrative tasks.
Exactly.
But we can go even further, right?
Further.
AI agents could coordinate workflows, assign tasks based on people's skill sets, even make those low-risk decisions without waiting for human input.
So those meetings become more strategic or
Yeah.
using everyone's time more effectively.
So we've gone from AI assisting with Agile to practically managing the whole process.
It's a pretty big shift.
It is. And it's freeing up those human teams to really focus on what they do best. What does this all mean for the future of software development?
I think we're talking about a massive shift. AI isn't just augmenting human capabilities anymore. It's actually, leading certain aspects of the Agile process.
It's pretty mind-blowing when you think about it. But this isn't just about making Agile faster, right?
No, it's about making it smarter, more responsive, more aligned with, those business goals. It's about that constant optimization that AI can bring.
Right. It's like Agile is evolving into this self-optimizing organism guided by the intelligence of AI.
Exactly. The possibilities are pretty fascinating. But, as with any major shift, there are always potential downsides.
That's a great point. It's not all sunshine and roses. What are some of the potential risks that we need to be, thinking about as we kind of dive headfirst into this AI-powered future?
Well, one risk is that we become overly reliant on AI.
Okay, yeah.
We have to remember it's a tool.
Right.
It's not about replacing human judgment and decision-making entirely.
It's all about finding that balance.
Right.
Leveraging AI's strengths, but still maintaining that human oversight, that critical thinking, which is so essential to any successful project.
Absolutely. And another risk is bias in the data that these AI systems are trained on.
That's a big one.
If the data's biased, the AI is going to inherit those biases, which could lead to some, pretty unfair outcomes.
Especially as AI starts playing a bigger role in those decision-making processes. That's a huge concern. How do we make sure that doesn't happen?
Well, transparency and accountability are key. We need to understand how AI is making decisions and be able to challenge those decisions if necessary. We can't just blindly trust the algorithms.
We can't. That's a good point.
Yeah.
So how do we make sure that teams are, comfortable working with these AI systems, and
Yeah.
that everyone feels valued. It can't just be about the tech. It's about the people, too.
It really is. And, it's about making sure that you're integrating AI in a way that it's like enhancing collaboration instead of, hindering it.
Yeah.
Each team member should feel like they're contributing their unique skills and perspectives, even as AI is kind of taking on more of those, those tasks.
For sure. For sure. And of course, the big question that always comes up with AI is jobs.
Yeah.
Are we all going to be, replaced by robots?
It's a valid concern, but you have to remember AI is still, it's early stages. It can automate certain tasks, but it's nowhere near like replicating that full range of human skills.
Right.
Creativity, problem solving, all those things that we bring to the table.
So maybe it's not about AI like replacing us, but more about AI like changing the way we work.
Exactly. AI could actually create, new opportunities
Yeah.
and roles within Agile development.
Okay.
As AI handles those more routine tasks, we're freed up to focus on those like higher level things.
Okay.
Strategy, innovation, the big picture stuff.
So for all the, leaders out there listening, for the
Yeah.
teams that are kind of ready to dive into this, AI-powered agile world,
Yeah.
what's your advice? Where do we even begin?
I would say start small. Don't try to do everything at once.
Right.
Find a few areas where AI can make a real difference
Yeah.
and run some, like pilot projects.
Okay.
See how it works for your team, for your specific needs.
So it's all about that like experimental approach, learning as you go,
Exact.
not being afraid to adjust your strategies based on what you discover.
And you can't forget about the human side of it, Bring your team along on this journey.
For sure.
Talk about their concerns, invest in training, make sure everyone feels, supported
Right.
and empowered to work with these new tools.
Make it a collaborative effort.
Exactly.
Everyone needs to, feel excited about those possibilities.
For sure.
It's not just about the tech, it's about the people.
Absolutely. The companies that get this right,
Yeah.
the ones that embrace AI while still nurturing their human talent, they're the ones who are going to win in the long run.
So as we're wrapping up here, it's pretty clear that AI is going to have a huge impact on agile development.
Yeah,
It's an exciting time,
it is.
even if there are, some uncertainties.
For sure.
The key is to approach it with, I guess, both enthusiasm
Yeah,
and a healthy dose of caution.
absolutely.
Embrace the opportunities, but, be mindful of those challenges.
It's a brave new world out there.
It is.
It's going to be really fascinating to see how it all unfolds.
I agree. And we'll be here to help you navigate all this. Is the deep dive helping you make sense of the ever-changing world of technology.
Until next time.
Until next time, keep exploring, keep learning, and keep asking those big questions.